Hey everybody, and welcome to the Baylor Bear Habitat. We're out here with Judge Joy as she's about to eat her noon meal. We hope you're all at home right now, maybe getting yourself your own noon meal, so we can all partake in this great event that we get to put on every year. This year we have to do it online, obviously, but we hope you enjoy getting to watch Joy eat her noon meal. So, my name is Corbin Sorrells. I'm one of the trainers here, and CJ Foster is here as well. He's another member of the Bear program. And right now, Joy's eating some cherries. And then on this silver platter, we have some of her favorite food items. Maraschino cherries are her absolute favorite. So on this day of the bear, we wanted to give her something that she'd love. So we gave her the cherries for the D, and then prunes for the I, and then blueberries for the A. So it spells out Dia on that silver platter there. And then if you look a little to the left, there's the meat couch that we made for Joy. So we measured out her portions, about 225 grams of beef is what she gets. And so she'll eat that just in honor of Dia Social Distancing Edition. So we know maybe a lot of you have gotten to spend a lot more time on the couch than you would otherwise. So we hope you enjoy getting to watch her eat her noon meal.
So Judge Joy and Lady will eat 2 meals a day, so we'll have a full breakfast and a full dinner as well. So a typical breakfast for Judge Joy and Judge Lady will be an assortment of different fruits, and then typically either chicken, beef, or fish. And then we'll actually do a little bit of morning enrichment, as we call it. So we'll spread either some other dried fruit or some nuts across the yard so that they can do some different types of movements or foraging and things like that, just so that we can keep their mind working and keep their physical activity at a high level. And then for dinner, they'll also have either beef, chicken, or a certain type of fish, and then they'll have a vegetable medley as well for that. So as Corbin mentioned, Judge Joy and Judge Lady typically for each serving will have about 225 grams of beef. They'll have about 570 grams of chicken. Chicken's a lot leaner than beef for them, and so they're able to have more of it because it's got less fat content. So they certainly appreciate when they get chicken, as it's a bigger serving size. And then fish really depends. They'll get a little bit less of salmon than they'll get of tilapia or tuna, for example, just because those are leaner fish as opposed to salmon. So they certainly love their lean meats as they get more of them, but as beef is denser and has a higher calorie count, they also certainly enjoy that, and they do like the high fat content as well. So we know Judge Joy is certainly enjoying her beef couch right now.
So Judge Joy here, she just turned 19 years old this past January. Her and Lady actually, even though they're a year apart, their birthdays are also 4 days apart. And so we celebrate their birthdays in the same weekend. This year we celebrated on February 1st. And so Joy turned 19 and Lady turned 18. And they've each been here since they were 4 months old. So this is definitely their home. This is where they've spent their entire lives. And they have a good time here. We have a facility off campus where they go exercise once or twice a week. And so it's much larger, and they can run around, and they have a lot more trees, and we like to bury some of their favorite treats for them to dig up. And so they can kind of get away from the hustle and bustle from campus and have a little more privacy and time to exercise. So they enjoy it there, and they enjoy it here as well. They love seeing the student visitors, especially Joy here. She loves the attention that the students give her here.
All right, so it looks like Judge Joy has polished off her noon meal here, so we're gonna go take a trip now and go visit Judge Lady.
All right, so we just saw Judge Joy in the north yard, and right now we're gonna make our way along the southern part of the habitat, and this is going to be the south yard where Lady spends most of her time. And so she's going to come out of this gate right here. And so she'll be coming out there any second now. As you can see on the ground just in front of us, on that silver platter, we have the Diadeloso spread out again with maraschino cherries, which is also one of Lady's favorites. And then prunes for the I, blueberries for the A. And then what's actually holding the fruit secure to the platter is honey, which is another one of their favorite treats. And then to the right, we have a remote in honor of Dia's social distancing edition. I'm sure some of y'all have been able to watch a lot more TV than you would otherwise. So we made a remote out of meat and blueberries, craisins, mandarin oranges, pistachios, and then even one cherry on there. Yep, so here's Judge Lady.
So Judge Joy and Judge Lady originally get their names from two actually first ladies of former Baylor presidents, and so we're certainly honored to have their names tied into deep Baylor tradition through that. Judge Joy and Judge Lady also have remarkable senses of smell, and so even though as Lady walked out of that gate she might not have seen the food immediately, she knew exactly where it was with her incredible sense of smell, and probably knew exactly what it was too. And that's really helpful because Judge Joy and Judge Lady are highly motivated by food, and so they each know a couple different learned behaviors that we've been able to correlate with different commands from our lead trainers, and then reward them with food each time they do that, since they are so highly motivated by food. So Judge Lady here knows a few different learned behaviors. Of course, just like Judge Joy, she has a world famous sick'em. Judge Lady actually does her sick'em with her left paw as opposed to her right, because she is actually left paw dominant, while Judge Joy is right paw dominant. And then Judge Lady can also do a nice big shake, and she can also scratch too. So Judge Lady, like most humans, actually suffers from seasonal allergies, and so a couple years ago the lead trainers here saw her scratching often due to her seasonal allergies, and so like her other learned behaviors, they were able to correlate it with emotion from the lead trainers and then reward it with food.
Another thing that some people may not know is that Judge Joy and Judge Lady actually have their own social media accounts. And so if you want to see more updates on our queens here on campus, you can follow at Baylor Bear Habitat on Instagram. They also have a Twitter and Facebook account too. So we just added the Facebook account recently. And so they post up there regularly, and then we have we've gotten a lot of followers this year. This is kind of our first year helping Judge Joy and Judge Lady run that. So we're trying to allow people to see them more often, because a lot of times they'll be sleeping, and so they can sleep up to 18 hours a day. And CJ was just talking about kind of the training that we get to do with the Bears. A big reason why we do that training is to kind of keep them awake during the day, so they're not sleeping all the time. That's especially important as they're aging. We want to keep them active and keep them healthy.
So a common question we get is, why are Judge Joy and Judge Lady called black bears when they clearly at this moment have cinnamon fur? And that's a great question, one we get quite frequently. So black bears are actually identified by the color of their snout as opposed to their fur. So Judge Joy and Judge Lady both have black snouts, and that's why they're black bears. But black bears actually come in all sorts of different colors, such as red, white, silver, cinnamon as Judge Joy and Judge Lady, and then a darker coat. So Judge Joy and Judge Lady right now are actually shedding quite a bit, and that's because by the end of the summer their coat is going to be much darker than it currently is right now, almost to where it's a jet black. So they maintain their cinnamon coat most of the months throughout the year, but by the end of the summer, July, August, September, they will be much darker than they are right now. So it's definitely cool to see that process over the summer as we're working with them daily.
So one of the questions that we get asked a lot is, how are the Bears doing today? So as you can see, Lady appears to be very happy. She's very content with the meal that she's just consumed. She's enjoying this day of the Bear. She's been very active lately. She's very curious about that silver platter there in front of her. So you can tell just kind of by her whole demeanor that she's enjoying it out here. She's enjoying this beautiful weather. I don't think we could ask for a prettier day today. And so the Bears love being outside. They love being here at the Habitat, which happens to be the most visited spot on campus. We get so many students that pass by during the day. And so today would be a great day. Unfortunately, I know that some of y'all wish you could be here, and we wish you were too. But just know that Judge Joy and Judge Lady are enjoying this beautiful weather, and they appreciate you all. They hope to see you all soon.
Yeah, and so Judge Lady here is actually our bear who recently went through some tomotherapy treatment, and we're so happy to say that she's bounced back exceptionally well and is feeling very, very well and very healthy. And as Corbin just said, she's demonstrated and shown us a lot of energy recently, and so we're so very happy to see that and see that the treatment has gone so well for her. And it's pretty interesting to see that Judge Lady right now actually hasn't eaten her beef yet, and it's interesting because Judge Joy and Judge Lady usually eat their food in different orders. So Judge Joy likes to go straight for the meat. She's a big meat girl, and then she'll usually eat her fruit or vegetables after that. But Judge Lady will actually prefer to usually go for her fruits or vegetables or different assortments of food that we give her before, and then she usually goes for the meat after. So they both love it all, but they do usually eat in different orders, which is interesting to see.
So here at the Baylor Bear Habitat, we get to put on a lot of educational field trips. A lot of schools will bring their students to come learn about the bears, and they get to learn a little bit about conservation. This year, our program has adopted a motto of a tradition of stewardship through education and conservation. And so those are kind of three pillars that are very important to us. We realize what a blessing it is to get to steward God's creation and to take care of them. And so we want to do that to the best of our ability, but along with that, we try to promote our educational programs. We have created a system that aligns with the TEACs here in Texas, and so we can actually teach kindergarten through fifth graders a lot of the educational stuff that they may usually be learning through class. So that's a fun opportunity for schools to get to come learn here as opposed to in the classroom. And then along with conservation, we as a group usually like to attend as many conservation conferences and conservation trips as we can to kind of do our part in our local community and elsewhere.
Yeah, so it looks like Judge Joy and Judge Lady have wrapped up their noon meals. I want to thank y'all so much for joining us on this Diadeloso social distancing edition. We're so happy that you decided to join us. Please follow along with Judge Joy and Judge Lady on @Baylor Bear Habitat on Instagram and Facebook, where you'll get to see daily posts of how they're doing each day. We're just so very blessed again that y'all have joined us, and on behalf of Judge Joy and Judge Lady and everyone here at the Habitat, we are cheering you on through these times and just want to say, sick 'em Bears.